Hello, students. Michael Sanchez, violin teacher here. Welcome to the 9 o'clock class, helping students at the beginner intermediate level how to improve on the violin. And yeah, we've had great classes the last 4 or 5 weeks. Seems to be about 30, 40 people every week that come. And I'm sure lots more that are watching on YouTube, paying attention and enjoying the tips. So yeah, today we actually have 3 or 4 new students that are here, even a student all the way from India that is joining us. And you know, I've been really enjoying on the last couple classes connecting with students and giving them tips based on their technique and things that they can improve on. I feel like if I can just do that as much as I can, then you guys will know what to work on during the week, and then hopefully those others can watch and get good tips. So that's kind of what's going to be what we're going to do today is watch students play. I'm going to give technical advice, what drills to work on, what different techniques they could be working on, maybe some bad habits they might have. But it's all for friendly advice, constructive advice. For those of you guys that have seen my videos, you know that I'm all about helping the student, not being critical, just getting you on the right track for success. So yeah, we're gonna get started now, and I'm gonna call on a couple of the students I've already talked with here before we started, and they've committed to playing for us today. And all of them are new students here in the class. So I think we're going to start with Tony. Tony, how you doing? Yeah, I'll mute you. There you go.
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, Mike.
Great. So tell us about yourself, Tony. How long you been playing, and where are you from?
I'm from Panama City, Florida. I've been playing for approximately a month or a little bit less. My parents were musicians when I was a child. So I grew up listening to lots of fiddle and lots of bluegrass and country music.
Very nice. So obviously interested in improving on the technique and the aspects of violin. So you said you'd play for me a little bit, which is awesome.
Yes.
And I'd love to kind of see how you're doing and give you some tips.
Okay. I'll start with the G scale.
Sounds good.
Sorry.
Okay, good. Well, first of all, I just want everybody to give him a hand, because first student on and willing to play like that is awesome. That contributes a lot to musicality and, being a better musician. So thank you for that. Great job. Yeah, I tell you, you said only a month, right, playing?
Yeah.
Really good for a month. Awesome. Definitely some good habits there. I didn't see the hand fully. You're a little out of shot, but I could give you some tips just on the intonation a little bit. But yeah, maybe I'll let you play here in a second more and see more your left hand. But yeah, one thing I want to mention is just second fingers need to be more in tune next to the third finger or next to the first finger. So just really watch your half steps. So with the G major scale, we basically have so we have open G, first finger, then it's high second finger. And this is where you could have been a little bit tighter to the 1, low 2, right there. Yep. So if you want to try that again, and then maybe this time I can watch your left hand.
Okay. See if I can get it in the shot.
Okay, good. Yeah, a lot of good habits there. Hand height could be a little bit higher. I assume you've seen some of my videos. Just a higher hand just is going to help you with reaching notes. So a good test of hand height would be to put your first finger down on the E string and also fourth finger down on the G string at the same time. That's going to tell you if your hand is high enough. And one thing I noticed, Tony, is you were opening up your hand quite a bit as you were moving from string to string. So as you're playing the G string, Sorry?
Yeah, old guitar habits.
You know, I
Uh,
was actually going to ask you that. I was going to say, are you a guitar player? I could just tell by the way they were doing that. Yeah, that is one of the biggest things. But the great thing about being a guitar player is obviously the music background, but they do really well with other aspects. You know, the right hand typically is really good because of the picking. Yeah, but yeah, the left hand typically is the tough thing, you know, because basically guitar is more at this angle when you're playing.
yeah,
Violin is actually totally opposite. It's at this angle.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're
And
wanting to
there's,
do that.
and the first few days I was holding my elbow too far back, and I had to learn to put my elbow up front like this to get anything solid as far as scales go. So yeah, it was really hard on me at first.
Yeah, I've never met a guitar. I've had a lot of people that play guitar that have taken lessons that haven't struggled with this for sure. So my biggest, you know, one thing that you guys can do, and I've had you guys all do this last week, you know, is take a friend, take a spouse, have them grab your hand here so that you can only move the fingers to find notes, because you should never be opening up the hand at all like this when you're
Right,
playing. So it should only be
right.
fingers going like this, basically going back and forward like this.
Okay,
So yeah, you're wanting obviously with guitar habits to do more of this. We're wanting this and then never moving the hand, only
right.
this. Yeah, that'll take some practice though, Tony. But hey, good job. Your intonation's pretty good. Your bow is nice. Just a little higher elbow for string crossings, just a tad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm still working on that too.
any questions? Great job. Great start.
No, no questions, but thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
Great. Let's give him another hand. Thank you, Tony, for coming on,
Thanks, everybody.
and keep up the good work. We're all here to
Thanks,
encourage
Mike.
we're all here to encourage each other and help each other out. Awesome. Cool. So let's move on to another student that's new and willing to come on and play. So let's see who we have here. Who said, raise your hands if you said that you would do it, so that I can just easily pop you out of the crowd here. Minal,
Yeah,
you said you would play. It's so dark there now. Maybe you want to point your camera away from the light.
like this.
That will do it. That puts you in a better spot. So Minal, tell us about yourself. I'm excited that you're here. We've talked a lot on Facebook, and you're a violinist. Tell us about yourself.
I'm not violinist. I am actually vocalist, but turned to violin. I'm taking classes of vocal. I'm a music teacher in school, and I'm taking private classes of music, of Indian music, classical. And I'm very happy that I've seen you. I've seen one that comments of yours, and I just fascinated and appreciated that it is so nicely written. So let me check who is this guy, Mike, and I. Uh, and I sent you request and you accepted me, and I've seen your all webinars and all your lessons and 17 lessons, 1 to 7 lessons, all follow that and learned so many things. I can't say. It's a
Thank you.
beautiful. Already I'm taking personal coaching with my guru, teacher, and I'm actually basically learning Indian classical. So I can play something like that, something.
Wonderful. That's so great. Well, I'm really excited to hear you play and give you some tips.
I can sing more better, not play better. I can sing more better.
You can say, well, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't give you any singing tips. I would if I could.
Okay.
But
But you can
violin
give me.
technique tips, I can help you there.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
true.
go ahead and play something. It could be real simple, just anything, and I can yeah, take a look.
Yeah, you can see me?
Yes, I can. And you did say you're where you're from, correct? I don't remember if you did for the recording.
Pardon, please?
I'm not. I don't. I think you might have said where you're from earlier, but I would love for everybody to know where you're from now that we're doing the recording.
Oh, I am from India, and that is one state, Gujarat, and in Vadodara. Vadodara.
Very cool. Okay,
Vadodara is
so
a beautiful musical place.
it's very early your
Yeah,
time, correct?
we have music. Yeah, we have music college here. In music college, we have violin department also. But I have taken admission in music vocal department, and I have like been like vocal degree. I have and I had vocal degree, and through on that degree, I got the job like that.
Wonderful.
But
So you
we
have a
have
music background, so
violin
back,
department. I have background. My father is a singer, was a singer, but basically he was a dentist. But in my family, my three of all sisters are singing.
that's so cool. Well, I'm here to help you improve on this violin. So let's see what you got.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, let's give her a hand. That was great. From the other side of the world, you know? One side of the world to the next, playing music for each other. How cool is that?
Thank,
Good job. Loved it.
thank you,
I can't say every day, you know, that we get
thank you,
people from all over playing, and I'm sure all the others that are here enjoyed that. Thank you, you know?
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll give you a couple tips. So yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it
please.
was really, really good. Obviously, you're tuning in the Indian style, correct? Is that what
Yeah,
it was?
yes,
Otherwise, obviously, yeah, the tune, and for those of you guys that are watching, there's different types of tuning styles based on cultures. So I think that's what
yes.
you're hearing there. Even in fiddle, there's different tuning patterns. So that's you know, where you're hearing different strings tuned differently. But yeah, as far as the technique goes, Manal, one big tip I'll give you is definitely just try to move more of your elbow to change strings, just to be a little bit more compact and precise for string crossings. I think that would really help. Um, you know,
Okay,
I really liked your intonation. I thought was really good. Left hand, I would say just a little bit higher with your knuckles in your left hand. So like when you're looking
okay,
the fingerboard from this angle, try to make sure there isn't anything showing here. See that? Try to get the hand back farther. That's actually a
okay,
good way to test, Tony, too, with the left-hand angles. This part of the fingerboard, looking from this angle, should be covered up. So, Manal, I would try to do that. Just keep your angles back more. But overall, really great job. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Yeah.
thank you.
Any questions?
I find difficult when go switch over to one string to different like other string. That is
Yeah.
like two movements like this of wrist and all. That is. So I
Yeah.
think by practice only it will come.
Yeah, it just when you're on the D string, the elbow should be level with the instrument, and then A string comes down below, E string at your side, and then yeah, two
Okay,
strings just above. So just being more defined with that.
okay,
So one way that I explain this, if you guys
yeah,
have ever driven a stick shift, maybe you haven't, Manal, a stick car vehicle. So you put the clutch in, then you have the stick that you move suddenly here. It's the same concept with what's going on here. It needs to be done quickly. It needs to be done precisely to be able to go in that direction. I've been noticing a lot of students lately actually taking lessons with me. They move way too much of their elbow when they play, like this. So we want to keep it in the same
Oh,
plane
okay.
as we're playing. A lot of students just move it around way too much. So like, for example, they go down to the tip and their elbow dips down like that. See that? Way down here. So we want to extend more, bend more, and then only change the elbow when we're changing strings, and do it precisely, do it quickly. Yeah. So hope that helps. Thank you very much for coming on. Let's give her another hand. That was so cool. Thank you very much. Cool, cool. All right. All right, let's get another student on. So Steve, how you doing?
Good.
Good, good. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been playing about 4 months. Prior to that, I've never picked up a musical instrument before in my life. I'm 54 years old, recently retired, and I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Excellent. Just across the lake. I'm in Grand Rapids. So
Yeah, you're in Michigan, right?
yes. Yep.
Okay.
Never been in Milwaukee, but heard cool things about it. So yeah, I'm guessing there's a decent amount of violin interest there. How is it over there?
I did have some trouble finding an instructor with openings, but I do have a good instructor right now.
Okay.
A very good instructor.
Excellent. Cool.
But I've run into a point where, like I told you, I mentioned before prior to your recording, my left hand position, I can't rotate it far enough to reach all the strings when I have my violin in the position for
Sure.
playing.
Sure. And you mentioned that you're willing to show me you playing a little bit so I can kind of see what you're doing and help you out with that.
Well, how about I just hold the violin the way I would, and then you can just see the.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Can you see it from this angle?
Yep. It could be a little bit. Your camera could be down a little bit more, maybe, but I can just at the very bottom edge. There you go.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
See, I can't turn my hand any closer than this.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it from your angle.
I can see it fine. So right there in that position, are you uncomfortable?
Yeah. Like this is the maximum of my range of motion right here.
Okay. Is that a strain motion?
I can rotate my elbow in a little bit more. Yeah, I'm straining. It's uncomfortable. And then if I play for any length of time, then that would be painful.
Okay. I think I know what potentially might really help. Let's have you try this to see what happens. So yeah, I'm noticing your instrument is way off to the left. So like you're way, I call it out in left field with your violin. And that kind of makes it hard to get to the tip of the bow. See how straight my arm is to get to the tip? Makes your bow kind of go crooked. So that adjustment itself can really do wonders for students. Now my arm is bent and relaxed at the tip. And then also for your case, I think it might help because you're way off here and things are sort of happening here instead of being able to happen more in the center here. So let's see what happens when you make that adjustment.
Did it seem that way because I was kind of at a 45-degree angle to the camera?
Okay, maybe not.
Maybe it looked that way, on camera because I wasn't directly to the camera.
I mean, that particular shot right there, I'm looking. Is that where you have your instrument normally?
Normally, yes.
That's quite a bit to the left, in my opinion. That's like 60 degrees. I get it more in front. So the rule of thumb: shoulder square to the music stand. Try to point the scroll at the left side of the music stand. That's the rule of thumb that I teach. So right now you're quite a bit off to the left. And there are players that do that and teachers that teach that. So it's not a totally incorrect. It's not an incorrect thing. But I think it could help you to have less strain potentially. My logic is when the instrument's more in front, it's easier to get to the tip, like I mentioned. A lot of you guys are just not getting to the tip of the bow. And then having your instrument out here, in my opinion, is not as good because your fingers are going here. My view is here of the music stand, the music. But, I'm not really seeing what I'm doing in my left hand. But if I have it more in front, now I can see a view of my fingers and the music in the same view. So yeah, but if you have, basically you want to be shoulder square to the stand, okay? And then you're about here. I want to have you here.
Well, what I do is I line up my shoulder rest so it's right on my shoulder, and then my chin rest is right here. And to me, it looks like I'm at approximately a 45-degree angle. I don't know if it looks like that way to you when you look at me.
Maybe don't think about the 45 then. Maybe just think of if there was a music stand in front of you right now. I want you to point that scroll directly at the left side of it. So unless you have a huge stand, right, a very big music stand, that would not be the case right now, right? Your shoulders are square to the stand.
Well, let's say the computer screen is my music stand. Right now, the scroll is to the left of the screen.
Is it really? It looks way more to the left than that.
Oh, really?
If it isn't, sorry, just maybe the way it looks. But yeah, trying to help you with your hand tension. That's just a suggestion. Getting it more inside. There might just be another thing that might be happening. Just you're maybe grabbing a little bit too tight on the fingerboard. Let's try something else. If you go ahead and just put your instrument down a second. And I want you to do the same things that you're doing earlier, and I want you to tell me if it's strenuous or if it's giving you pain. So go ahead and
rotate my hand like this.
Pretend like you're holding the instrument and you're trying to get the left hand set up properly. Okay, is it the same sort of pain that you're dealing with?
Well, my range of motion will stop right here, and then if I can probably extend it a little bit if I pull my elbow in a little bit like this.
Okay, which, yeah, we don't want any strain, anything down there. I'm just trying to see if it maybe was, it could just, I'm trying to diagnose what it is. It can be a couple different. So.
And then if I can play for a little while, but then for any length of time, then it starts to get painful.
Okay. Yeah, let me give you a couple other tips there that might help. So yeah, basically we're trying to figure out, what's going on here. But basically a lot of times it's over tension, over grabbing the fingerboard, the neck. I think bringing an instrument in is going to help you guys that are maybe dealing with this. And I think the other thing that it might be, but I'll give you guys a general tip on this. We want to be very relaxed in the left arm when we're playing the violin, okay, very relaxed. So there shouldn't be anything here that's tense or that we're straining or we're forcing, nothing here at all. Everything should be very loose. So actually, if you guys want to grab your instruments out, everybody that's here, see if you're still awake.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing I noticed for a violinist like yourself or whoever, when they got your left hand in position, it looks like their left palm is almost or parallel to the fingerboard. Now, is that true, or
left palm parallel to the finger?
Well, right under your fingertips, or right here.
Yep.
You see, this area is right, practically parallel to the fingerboard.
Yeah, it should not be that way at all. It should be. The 4 steps to the left hand position: step 1, thumb; step 2, hand back; step 3, hand high; step 4, put your hand an inch away from the fingerboard, not level, parallel, an inch. And that.
Now when I have the violin in the correct position, I can't rotate it. Like you probably can rotate it that far when you have it under your chin and ready to play it. I guess what I'm trying to say is I can't rotate as far. I can't rotate as far as what you're showing right now in the video.
Okay, so so yeah, basically go ahead and thanks for grabbing your instruments, guys. We'll get to doing a little drill in a second. Okay, so let's try this, Steve. Go ahead and just put your fist out in front of you like this. Okay, so you have a flashlight and you're trying to use the flashlight. Okay, so this is how much rotation needs to happen when playing the violin. Right here. Can you do that? And notice that I'm not rotating everything. I'm just rotating my hand basically. And it's obviously my forearm's coming for the ride, but that's all we're trying to go from here to here. That's literally I'm playing right now. See? So is that strenuous?
Well, yeah, this is the limit of my range of motion, if that's what you're
Okay. So
getting at.
that's yeah. So but when you say limited range, is it strenuous in that position?
No, no, only if I would force it, but right now it's not strenuous, no.
So yeah, so I think that's where there might be something extra going on in your arm or something, because right there where you're feeling comfortable and you're telling me, you're showing me that right fist, that's the proper position. Maybe I'm making it sound simpler than it might
Yeah, but
seem, but
I
that's
guess
really what it is.
when I hold my fist up like this isn't the position I'd be holding the violin, would it?
I'm trying to show you the rotation part of it. Okay, so like
Okay. Okay.
so basically, I'm gonna mute you a second because you got some background noise, or that's somebody else. You guys can try to manage your audio levels. Somebody is causing some background noise. Still hearing it. It's not me. Who is it? Weird. I don't see anybody that's. Is it me? That'd be me. But, oh, Manel, it's you. Okay. It's okay. Try to manage your audio. Just be real careful about that. Otherwise, yeah, it was making some noise there. No problem. Okay. Going back here. Okay, so yeah, basically what I was trying to show you is Steve, is the rotation part of things. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So here I am playing, or here I was like this. Okay, here I am rotating. Okay, I'm trying to show you that when I put this in my hand, that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything more than that. Okay, but yeah, if the instrument's way off here, then things start to kind of get strenuous, I think. So I think it might really be that instrument being way to the left. I really do. That doesn't help. So hope that helps. Yes? Any other questions on that? Unmute.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to help. I mean, where I had off the side more towards the center.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I rotate my hand, it's really difficult, like you said, for the rest of the arm to stay relaxed.
I would love to fix the problem. I hope you get the sense that I really can get down to what's going on. I just don't want to spend too much more time on it.
I know.
If you can book a time on my website for a lesson, I can give you a free lesson and just kind of help you out through this. Because yeah, I really want to help you and make sure that you're doing things right. And I hate the thought of a student trying to learn and having pain while learning. So yeah, just go ahead and do that. I'll get down to the problem and fix it for you.
Well, I was at the point where if I couldn't fix this problem, I probably would have to start taking lessons with another instrument.
Yeah, it's I've never not been able to fix this sort of problem, but it takes a little bit more maybe than 5-10 minutes. It's kind of figuring out exactly.
I don't want to take up the entire
yeah, I'm just letting you know that don't quit. Let me help you.
Okay.
So I will do that for you. Just book a time and we'll help you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Awesome. Okay, everybody with their instruments ready to go. Let me go back to the view here. Manal, you keep unmuting yourself, I think. Is that you, Manal?
I'm there, yeah.
Yeah, you keep
I'm there.
Yeah, hi. You keep unmuting. And what that does is it causes sound everybody can hear, I think. So just, yeah, if you could be really careful with that. Try, yeah. Can you keep muting?
I don't know why.
Sorry.
It is muted by host. You are unmuted by host. Okay, yeah, done.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're good now. Good. Okay. So everybody has their instruments. All right. Let me go back to main screen here. Oh, now we're back to audio problem again. Yeah, Manal, I'm not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Are you doing that, or is that something on Zoom's end? Okay. Okay, every time I go back to speaker view, it's like it's unmuting you. That's weird. Okay. Audio issues today. Okay, hopefully we're good. All right, so let's have you guys grab your instruments. All right, I'm gonna try a few things. Still audio. Wow. Yeah, there's no way I can. Sorry, guys. That's okay, Steve. Now you're unmuted. That's weird. And then we're still. Wow. Okay, are you? I can't imagine you guys are doing this purposely. I can't imagine.
I'm not doing purposely.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's happening. It's just like unmuting you automatically. Put on hold. Let's try that. Sorry. Sorry, guys. All right. Okay. All right, back to speaker view. Let's try the speaker view. All right. All right, grab your instruments. So what I want you guys to try to do is hold your instruments out like this. And I want you guys to hold it with no hands. Okay. Okay, we're going to test how well you're really holding the instrument. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to start playing the violin. So with the left hand, not with anything with the bow yet. Okay, I want you guys to be honest about what you normally do playing your notes, playing on with left hand with your songs. And then I want you to randomly, I want you to grab the instrument and try to take it away from yourself. If it's easy to do after playing for about 5 seconds, we got to really work on holding it better here, which is really important. It's such a key to doing vibrato, to playing faster, you know, to getting a good sound is holding it properly here. So a lot of you guys start doing this properly, but then you start to hold it too much with the left hand. So go ahead and just practice like you're playing something, and then feel right here, feel how much you're holding it after about 5 seconds. Okay? Okay, and try to be honest with yourselves as far as how you normally would play. And if it feels sort of flimsy, sort of easy to take away from yourself, then you know there's something there you need to work on. So that's a really good thing. I think you guys should focus on there. Cool. All right, and then for those of you guys that haven't seen this drill, let me give you guys one. Since there's a lot of new students here today, this is one of my best drills. Let's go ahead and take the bow and put it on the tip. Okay, and I want you guys to do this, the rocking bow drill. We're going to test out how we're doing with tension. Okay, so I want you guys to rock the bow up and down from your G string elbow, which should be above the instrument, all the way down to your side. And I want you guys to not make a sound as you're doing this. Okay, if you're making this sound, that means that there's tension up against the bow. Okay, so we're trying to avoid that. We're trying to do it as quick as we can here. Try not to cheat by only going so far. Go all the way up, all the way down, just like if you were taking your arm and dropping it down. We don't want to have restriction and try to force it too much. We just want to have the arm fall, and we want to feel, we want to hear that to not be there. We want to hear it soft and very light. Okay, now if you're noticing this, if you're noticing the bow is sliding a lot, that means that we have to use our finger to press the stick down more into the strings, okay? So there needs to be pressure here, but we don't want to be pressing with these fingers. We want to be just using this to kind of stamp the bow onto the strings, keep it still. But if you're getting this, then that means that there's some tension there. All right, I'm kind of curious. Let's do a little poll here. So raise your hands if you're getting some unclean, scratchy sounds at the tip. I'm guessing most of you. Raise your hands. Almost everybody, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is one of my best drills. So this tells you that there's tension that needs to be managed. Okay, so basically something is pushing up against the bow. Something is making that bow stiff. And there's a lot of classes I've done on this. I won't go into extreme detail, but there's so many things I can press up against the bow: the thumb, overall grabbing the bow, the shoulder, guiding the bow too much, not bending the wrist. And what's happening is that sound that you guys are hearing, that scratchy sound, that's what's happening when you're playing the violin. That's when you're getting that noise that you're not wanting potentially. So it's really a teller. It's like checking your oil. It's like, here, this is where we're at. That's what the rocking bow drill does. So yeah, another way to explain it and to test it, if I was there with you guys right now, if I was to grab your bow randomly, I should be able to circle it around like this, no matter what you're playing. Doesn't matter what you're playing, I should be able to circle it. So a lot of you guys, as you're crossing strings, as you're doing various techniques, you're doing it with the incorrect muscles, and I wouldn't be able to grab the bow like this. Would restrict me, and that's that tension we're talking about. So it's very important to manage that. Cool. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see who else we have here who said they would play for us. Dorkson family. How you doing?
Good.
Good. So you are the big winner of the bow, and you are a fiddler and wanting to improve on your technique. So
yeah.
So maybe a scale. I'd love to hear anything and kind of see how you're doing.
Okay. So it's not. You want to hear a little bit of background about what I do know, or just
yeah,
scale?
Yeah, please. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So honestly, I grew up in the mountains, oldest of 15 siblings, and one day our dad had us put he put a whole bunch of instruments in a hat, names, and I drew out the violin, or the fiddle, whatever it was, and that's what I was supposed to play. But ever since I was little, I had a passion for music, and of course loved music, so it was very exciting. I was already pretty much an adult by then. So over the years, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing by ear. He played the guitar, and I just played along, and I don't know. I guess he played country songs and all kinds of things. And then I put it down. The Lord brought me out of that whole situation, and I put it down for 9 years. But since I've been married, I decided that I really love music, and my husband really encouraged me to pick up the violin because I like it. So in the last 3 years, I've been trying to just play it, but I've never really done any lessons. And I think for all the years that I did play, I learned a lot of bad habits. And so in reality, I don't know what I do. I don't know if I play like fiddle or violin or, does that make sense?
Yeah, I can certainly help you out, give you some direction. I can sense, from everything we've talked about, you're interested in improving and sounding good, but maybe just not like what songs to work on. But yeah, I mean, I can guide you along and kind of see where you're doing technique-wise.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to express is I've been a little frustrated. I thought for a while I couldn't relearn the violin because I had I have a really hard time not holding it with my wrist and trying to figure out how to get vibrato and how you say it?
Vibrato.
Vibrato. And so all I do is just like play by ear, and I really don't know how to get started. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do, other than just watching your things online and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. So I can let you know if I feel like you're kind of ready to do vibrato based on left-hand technique. I haven't looked a lot at your left hand yet, so let's have you play something, maybe a scale or something, or a simple fiddle tune.
Okay, I'll probably just play the scale and Amazing Grace or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. And I'm just going to try to not perform for you. I'm just going to do what I do.
There you go.
Okay.
I promise you'll get lots of applause afterwards.
Whoa.
Hey, all right, let's give her a hand. Very good. Oh, encore. Hey, good job. It seemed like that time you were like just looser and more expressive. Maybe the first time you were more nervous. That was great. Nice job.
I am. I get nervous and I get stiff and then start to play if you're nervous.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you're doing really, really good, you know. You just keep the fingers on the bow. You're lifting those up a bit. Not a huge bad habit. I mean, this is something that I would fix. And the arm kind of changing more strings from the arm, the elbow. I would say that.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah, yep. So
Where do you put your pinky?
it should be on the bow.
Is it supposed to be bent or stiff or straight?
It definitely needs to be bent. It should not be pressing against the bow. It should be relaxed and yeah, curved.
What about your thumb? I've watched you on the line, but it's like, is it not supposed to be in, you know, the little
Groove?
call this groove right here?
Yep.
Is it supposed in that groove?
Yep, in the groove. Yep, right in the groove. Yep.
So this is right?
Your hand shouldn't be so tense against the bow like these two fingers. By the way, all you guys grab your bows. We're going to do the bow hold test. We do this every class. Yeah, so you're sort of, yeah, like the way that I teach it, if you guys, actually, let's do this all together. If you guys want to all put your instruments down, let's get a perfect bow hold going, and I'll confirm it with you guys. So let's take our hand and just let it fall, okay? And I want you guys to have this hand as loose as you possibly can, just like you're sleeping. So I'm sleeping right now. My hand doesn't do anything when I sleep. So I'm relaxed as I can be. Okay, now look at when I put the bow into the hand. There's no change in how I hold it. So we don't want to be pressing here. We don't want to be stiff here. We don't want to be pressing here. We want just everything to be loose on top of the bow, relaxed. Yep. Yeah, it looks good. Remind me of your first name.
Alicia?
Alicia. Got it. Okay. It's Dorks and family on here.
So I'm really fine with you being very critical with me.
Sorry?
I'm fine with you being very critical. I want to learn, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so.
What about my vibrato?
Yeah.
I seem to be able to do it on this one, or these fingers.
Whoops. Yeah, I'll comment on the vibrato in just a second. I want to quick finish the last point. Just want to see you guys' bow holds. Elishiba, and then I can give you some comments on that in the vibrato.
Good.
Let's take a look at your bow holds. Let's see. Tony looks great. Gary looks excellent. Very nice bow hold. Yeah, it's perfect. Chuck, good. Yeah, looks good. I'd press it down a little bit more. You're a little far away from the stick. You have long fingers. See that? Just kind of bring it down more. Good. Carol, good. Very relaxed. I like Carol's bow hold. You guys are doing good in the bow holds. Everybody that comes to these has good bow holds. Karen, it's pretty good, just a little stiff. Like is that how your hand is when you sleep? Sort of. Okay. Yeah, I could sense like they're a little bit spread apart too much. Like it's just not a natural hand. There you go. That looks better. Yep, like that. Sarah, looks pretty good. Nice. Yep. Good job. Linda, good. Yeah, you guys are doing really good. Ed, you want to show me? Steve? Steve, it's a little bit kind of pouched up, I almost feel like this, pouched up. Can you just have it more relaxed, kind of more hanging over? So you're kind of more like this instead of like that. Stu looks great. Elisheba, good. Yep. Natalie, can you bring it down farther? You're a little bit far up the stick. Can you bring your whole bow hold down? There you go. Good. David, looks good. Dave, good. Yeah, looks good. Nice job, guys. All right, let's give our bow holds a hand. They're getting better every week. That's a big part of improving on the violin, having good bow holds. Great job. Cool. Shiba, so yeah, as far as your question about vibrato, yeah, it's a little bit sort of too much like this. It needs to be more of a wave. So I think you're grabbing the neck too hard. I would try to just relax everything more, focus more on limited pressure into the fingerboard, not so much pressing hard. I think that's making that vibrato like this more. So more of a very light contact with each finger placement. That's going to give your hand more flexibility, and that's going to make it easier to do more of this instead of that. So I think it's because maybe you're pressing down too hard. Does that sound about right? You're pressing pretty hard into the fingerboard. You have calluses on the fingers, potentially. Yeah. Here, 1 second. I'm mute. There you go.
Yeah, well, I do, but I play all kinds of instruments. So, what about my thumb? Sorry, I have so many questions. How far up does it lay in the crease of your hand here, the neck, or do you have your thumb down a little?
Yeah, the thumb, it's not as important for the thumb to be perfect position as far as height goes. We just want to make sure that the thumb is even with the first finger so that we have a good solid foundation for shifting. So think more about that than the height. Don't worry about the height so much. But yeah, default is about level with the fingerboard.
Okay, so you actually it doesn't have to be like, I don't know why I always go like this, but
yeah. So one activity.
Go up and down, just like.
Yeah, no, it should always stay in the same spot. Yeah, and one thing that I'm noticing, yeah, you're moving a lot of the hand to find notes. So yeah, nothing should move from here on down. So you should only be using fingers, no matter what you're playing. So if you're playing first finger, fourth finger, doesn't matter. You could hold the hand here. You shouldn't be doing anything other than moving fingers.
Okay. Like,
yeah, so that might be a habit from other instruments, maybe.
Okay. Wow, that's gonna take some practice.
Yeah, that's a habit. That's a habit that's hard to fix if you've been doing it that long. But you can do it. Yeah, just try to work on having the hand real still, and then limited contact, limited pressure down in the fingerboard.
Okay.
Yep.
So I have a question. If I have time for another question, do I?
Go ahead.
In your teaching classes and all, have you seen a lot of results in people who had bad habits being able to change them?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, I actually been dealing with a lot of really good improvements with students. Right now, I have about 15 members that are with me on the website. And yeah, Jasmine actually just posted a video on the adult page there, just how much she's come along with improving. So I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet. But yeah, I mean, I'm a very technical teacher, and I really make sure that we get things in line technique-wise. So with the membership, basically what I do is I have 1 or 2 students in each class, so I can be really individual with my advice and instruction and technical advice. And I pair students with other students that are at the same level. So if you're a beginner, I'll pair you with a student at the same been playing a couple years. But yeah, I have classes right now for advanced, for fiddlers, for people wanting to learn church music, for people that are just starting. And then also I have a class on Friday at the end of the week with just the members, which is pretty fun. And then that they can ask questions, and that's about 5 or 6 students in each of those. So yeah, as far as results go, yeah, I mean, everybody's like just giving me a lot of positive encouragement and praise for how they're feeling about their progress. And yeah, like Jasmine's like super gung ho about learning, and she's like as excited as ever. I mean, she's practicing a lot and making really good progress. I just told her in the advanced class I was gonna put a video of her from a month ago to now, how much she's improved. So yeah, it's pretty significant how much you can improve just with good advice and direction, because technique is so important. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in kind of coming on board for the membership, what I'm willing to do is if you guys want to just contact me, I can give you like a free trial. And basically what I would do is I would put you into a class with a couple other people that are with a free trial, and then you guys can kind of see if you like it, if you like the personal instruction, at least get some free tips from it, and go from there. So yeah, I think that's a good way to maybe get you guys to see the value in this, because yeah, I mean, it really sets you up for success, to have good solid foundation on the violin. So yeah, just live chat me or send me a message to the website, and I'll hook you guys up with a free trial of that. So yeah, would love to have you with that. I have a lot of other ladies that are with us, and we can definitely work with you if you're interested.
Well, it's really a blessing when you're a mom with little kids. It's hard to go to do violin lessons, but to be able to do one right in your home is really helpful.
Yeah, aren't you in Alaska?
Yes, up in Alaska. So we're behind. We're way ahead right now, I guess.
Yeah, you're early. Everybody's about to go to bed, and you're like, hey, it's early. It's before dinner time, right?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have to sign out. Got to head out to someone's house. But thanks so much.
Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And the bow should be arriving soon.
Yay.
So
can't wait.
Exciting. Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions? Raise your hand if you have a question. And as I'm answering a few more questions, just to let you guys know, we normally go for an hour. I'm going to continue the recording because I'm sure we'll have some good discussions here. But yeah, if you have to go, if you're normally used to the hour, I appreciate you coming. And every Tuesday, we're doing these classes at 9 o'clock and helping students improve on the violin. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, go to my website, violinshack.com. And in the classes tab, there's all our Facebook groups you can join. And yeah, we have a great community growing through our Facebook page. So yeah, I encourage you guys to check that out. All right, questions?
Hey.
Linda.
Oh, you unmuted me. Am I understanding right that if I have calluses, I'm pressing too hard? I should not have any calluses?
Definitely. Violin should actually be, that's one of the nice things about violin, is that you can actually play it forever and ever and never develop a callus. It doesn't require a lot of pressure. Actually, overpressing is a bad habit that causes a lot of issues with other things like vibrato, playing fast, shifting, really a lot of things. So yeah, that should tell you right there that you're pressing too hard.
And is there anything other than just trying to be conscious of not pressing hard that one can do for that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I would try, actually, if you guys want to grab your instruments right now that are still here. Somebody's plucking.
Oh, turn me off.
Oh, that's you. I thought that was somebody else. I just thought it was.
No, that's my husband.
Oh,
with the banjo again.
Playing the banjo. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so So yeah, if you guys are struggling with finger pressure, okay, so basically what I recommend is not grabbing the bow, just let's do left or right hand, and go ahead and just put a third finger down on the string like you normally would, and then pluck the string. Okay. Now what you should notice a ring, you know, a nice sound, a nice ring. Okay, like I'm getting. Okay, so that's what we want. But now what I want you to do is I want you to lessen the pressure to where you still get that ring, but you're pressing down less. Okay, so I'm lessening the pressure right now, and I'm still getting that ring. Okay, so if you're noticing that after pressing less, you're still getting the ring, then that's the pressure you need to play the violin properly, and that should not cause a callus. Okay, and one thing you should do, you should aim on the very edge of the finger right before the nail. That's the hardest part of the skin that requires the least amount of pressure into the fingerboard. Okay, so if I'm using the meat of the finger, I have to press down this hard. If I'm using the hardest part of the skin right before the nail, I only have to press down this much. So that's where it could help too, Linda, is getting more closer to the nail with each finger placement. Take a look. I'm just having to switch over. You're showing me the calluses there, Linda? Yeah. Okay.
And the position is.
Yes. Okay. So I'm noticing the callus is in the meat of the finger. So I think that's actually equally important thing to fix is being more on the edge and the tips, because yeah, being more on the meat actually does require more pressure, but you don't have to be doing that. It's actually much better to not be doing that.
Could you say again where the tip is? Because to me that, I mean, the callus is right at that.
Okay, I thought I noticed it more towards the meat. It should be, okay, the callus, like you should be as close as you can get to the nail without touching it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the diagonal, one of them is right under the nail.
Okay, then that's good, but you're just pressing too hard then.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it should be. Did you notice how when you lessen the pressure, did you notice that it still made the ring sound? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the proper pressure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's a big adjust. If you can fix that, that's huge. That's going to help a lot of things. So that's a good breakthrough for you, hopefully. Good. Cool. Anybody else have a question? I want to say hi to Peter. How you doing, Peter? You're new in the class, aren't you? Are you a new student?
Well, maybe quite very new.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Philippines.
Welcome. Very cool. So you're what time is it there? It's early morning.
It's 10:13 a.m.
Very
10
cool.
a.m.
How long have you been playing for?
I've been playing 1 year and 2 months.
Okay, wonderful. And you've been following my lessons?
Yeah, actually some of them, not all.
Okay.
Some of them.
Very cool. And are you making good progress? Are you feeling like you're doing pretty well with the instrument, or having some trouble?
Well, for playing 1 year and 2 months, of course, I have some problems on my violins. I still have problems on my violins, actually.
Did you want to play something real short, or just like show me your setup and I can give you a tip or two? Or are you more just observing today?
Okay, I'm going to play scales.
Okay, go ahead and play a scale for me.
Sorry. I'm a little bit nervous.
It's all right.
I got, sorry.
Hey, all right, let's give him a hand. Good job. From
A little
across
bit
the
nervous,
world.
sorry.
From across the world, playing music. Very cool. Good job. Yeah, really good job. Going up, Peter, really in tune. Yeah, you really just have one big habit that I would love to help you fix. You're curving the four way too much to where it's really making your finger angles curve in. And it's making, especially coming down from the top of the scale, be a little bit not as in tune as it could be. So yeah, going up, things are a little bit more like this, but going down, try not to curve the four so much. That's easy to do. But yeah, try to keep it more like this on an angle. See that? So you see how high the knuckles are here? My four is more like this. You guys show me, anybody that's still here, can you guys show me this position right here? See how high my knuckles are? So my 1, 2, 3 are very high, and my 4 is lower, and my angles are back. See how high my knuckle? See how high my first finger knuckle is? A lot of you guys are like this. Show me height. Show me height. Height. Tony looks good. Very nice. Yeah, just got that, angles just a little bit farther back, but pretty good. Steve, try to not let the hand be up here. Try to keep the hand back. I see fingerboard. So it's really important to do that because you're going to eventually play in flats. And if your hand is here instead of here, it's really significant to reach notes in the back. So that's, yeah, I would make that adjustment. Get your hand back more. Yeah, you're still, I still see a lot of fingerboards. So like if you were seeing what I see, you shouldn't see any black here. You see how much black there's right there? Yeah, so are you trying to tell me something?
Well, you're seeing a lot of fingerboard because I can't rotate my hand any further to the fingerboard.
Oh, no, I don't want you to rotate. I want you just to bring it back.
Well, I'm almost at the scroll right now.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yep, good.
But that I mentioned before, that's still very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll reach out and I'll help you with it. Cool.
Okay.
All right, Gary, looks good. Yeah, finger angles could be a little bit farther back though. You're about here. We want you here, just farther back. So make that adjustment. See where it's more parallel to the fingerboard. So you're more here, Gary. Yep. Farther back. Yeah, still a little bit here. Don't be afraid to come back more. Okay, let's take a look. Natalie looks very nice. Yep, good for it. See how everybody, do you guys see how Natalie has her fourth finger? That's really good. That's staying back. That's the 4 is lower than the other fingers. That's a very good hand position. Yep. Let's see everybody else. Randy, who else wants to show me their hand position? Sarah, higher with the hand. Your first, pay attention to the first finger knuckle. Higher, be higher. Yeah, there you go. Is that uncomfortable? Shake your head, yes. No, good. Yeah, that's good. Linda, higher. Yep, that's better. Good. Yep. Yeah, Natalie, you have very, very good angles. Very good. Very nice. Peter, let's take a look. Yeah, Peter, I think you're just trying to curve the pinky too much. The first finger knuckle could be higher as well. Yeah, you're kind of low there. Yeah, you can always tell by the first finger knuckle. A lot of people don't really pay attention to that one. That's the one that really tells me where you're at with it. So higher. Yep. Looks better. Yep. Steve looks good. Dave looks good. Yeah. Awesome. Good job, guys. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the class. So, we went through a lot of tips, technique, advice, and yeah, we do these classes every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. So hopefully you guys will come again. And if you are watching from YouTube, I encourage you to visit my website and go to the classes tab at violincheck.com and sign up for these classes. We do these every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. I also have classes for kids at 6. I have classes for fiddlers at 7, advanced students at 8, and then these classes at 9. And like I mentioned, even if you're watching this from YouTube, if you're interested in more tips, advice, and getting more of a personalized experience with technique and improving, just send me a message on my website. If you're interested, I'll hook you up with a free trial to my Violin Check membership, which includes 2 webinar classes extra a week with 1 or 2 students, and also a private lesson with me every month. So if you guys have found good improvement so far, I'm sure you'll find even more with that. A lot of students are doing really well with that. All right, thanks guys so much for coming. Let's give a hand to everybody that's participated today and showed the bow holds. Lots of fun. And we'll hope to see you guys next week. Just please inquire on the website with any questions, any comments, and on Facebook. So see you guys next week. Thanks so much for coming, guys. Bye.